everyone, this is Chris. Thank you for joining me. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this kind of card that can stand up by itself, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So this one was offered to me by a YouTuber that follows my channel, so thank you very much. She is a French speaking, so it's on the other video that I already thank her, because obviously she's not going to watch this one. And the card I have made is very similar. It's exactly the same technique, but it's completely different with the paper I used. So you may not like the one I did. I'm going to show you two different types, and I'm going to make another one with you. But you'll be able to change the paper if you don't like it, or the embellishments, but you'll have at least the technique, and then you'll put the colors you wish on it. So I'm going to show you mine. So the first one I did was this one. There you go, very, very shiny. I went completely crazy on this one. I put some blings here as well, and I try to put something a little softer on the in the images above to kind of make it a little smoother, not only putting very bright colors in there. So this is made with vellum, and I've got just two cutout images that I had in my stash, and I wanted to use it because I really think it's cute. But look at all these bright colors. It's a holographic paper, of course, and that I found in my craft store. So this could be for Christmas. You could change these elements and put some more Christmassy things to it if you wanted to, but I really think it's gorgeous, and not everybody's gonna have this kind of card, so I really enjoyed making it. And I've got another example to give you that is similar with the same kind of paper but in other colors. This one is blue, and I really love it because look at the design, how it changes. Look at the circles here. They don't have the same shapes depending on how the light comes from, and it's even better in real life. I'm sorry for the glare, but it's so bright and shiny. So I'm going to show you now what kind of paper I have chosen to make this card with you, and this is going to be the paper. So also very holographic and also psychedelic, and I really like it. Look at the squares, how they change. This is so great. I love that. So I just bought these papers, and I wanted you to use them up and not stock them up like I'm used to, and I really wanted to use them. So I'm going to give you the measurements that you will need for this card. It's a little under an A2 size card, but if you want to make it a little higher, a little taller, that's totally fine. I'm just going to give you the measurements I have used here. So the measurements for your card, and I will give you the measurements in inches and in centimeters. For your card base, it's going to be 10 by 5 inches, which is in centimeters 26 by 13. More or less, it can't be exact, but it's 26 by 13 centimeters. Then you'll need a strip of paper that is going to be in inches 10. It's going to be the same length as your card. You may need to trim it a little after, but we'll see that later. So 10 inches by 1.5, which is in centimeters 26 by 4 centimeters. Okay, there you go. That's for this one. You'll need few panels. So for your bigger panel that is going to come on this side, it's going to be in inches 4.5 by 4 3/4, 4.5 by 4 3/4. In centimeters, it will be 11.5 by 12 centimeters. You'll need, that's just one of this. You'll need two panels that are in inches 5.5 by 2 in inches 2.25 by 4 3/4, 2.25 by 4 3/4, and which is in centimeters 5.5 by 12. You'll need two of these. You'll need two small pieces of this one, of your layer cards, that is in inches 1 1/8 by 2 1/8. Again, 1 1/1 by 2 1/8. Okay, and you'll need two of these, 1/8. 5.5 by 3 centimeters. And the last piece is going to be in inches 4.5 by 1 1/8, 4.5 by 1 1/8, and in centimeters it's going to be 11.5 by 3. and some embellishments also. I've used here these, they're supposed to be buttons actually, but I thought they were just great because they match perfectly. So I took 4 different. You can use sequins, you can use any kinds of embellishments you have, and these also embellishments that I really like. It's mixing something that is quite modern, even if it's not brand new. Psychedelic is not new, but it looks very modern in the position to this one, but I think the two matches really nicely. And I wanted to have some kind of saying on my card as well. So now let's begin. You're gonna use, and it's gonna be very, very easy. I'm a little too close there. I'm gonna go zoom out a little bit. Okay, so you're gonna take your card base and you're gonna fold it in half. So you can use a bone folder or anything to fold it in half, but it's so easy. I'm just going to do it like this. All right, and I'm going to use my bone folder, right? And the top piece here, you're going to fold it back on itself. So you're going to fold it in half this way. Okay? So once in half and just the top part in half again on the other side. Once you've done this, we're going to start gluing our panels. So very easy. I'm just looking at the right sides, right side up. This is the direction I need to put it. I'm just going to use double-sided tape. I don't like using glue on paper because it tends to buckle, and even though you have some wiggle space to play with, or I prefer to use double-sided tape because it sticks so quickly without buckling. So now I'm going to use my 2 other panels, and I wanted to put this one here because I cut it there, so I want to put it this way. All right. And really your card is going to be absolutely gorgeous this way. Trying to line up everything. Last panel here. And that's good. Okay, this part is done. So before taking care of this little baby here, your strip of paper, make sure that you first choose your image you're going to put on top, because this piece here, your strip, you're going to be able to put it wherever you want. You can put it in the middle, you can put it on top of it. I decided to put mine more on the bottom, but make sure that your image is going to fit if you put your strip of paper first. So that's what I did here, but it did fit perfectly. Just be aware of that. Make sure that this image is going to fit here. So I think this one is just good, and I'm going to put my piece there. And as you can see, I maybe didn't cut it perfectly, but my strip of paper is a little longer, so I'll have to trim it down. So what I'm going to do right now is just glue my images. And they're just cutouts that I have found recently in a craft store. It's not a craft store, but they have a craft area, and they're so cheap. And this little butterfly. All right, let me come a little closer, or no, the other way. There you go. Look at these colors. Oh my goodness, I just love it. I just love it. It's maybe too much, I don't know, but I just love it. So now for my strip of paper. I'm gonna cut it down just to make it a little smaller than my base card here. I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, that's fine, I think so. So what I'm gonna do now is that I'm going to fold this strip of paper in half. And again, bone folder. Okay. And now we're not, on the card here, we folded this part this way. We're not going to do the same thing. We're going to take care of the bottom piece here actually. And we are going to fold, because this piece needs to be on the top. Okay, it needs to be there, coming in the position to this one. And we're going to fold that mountain part on this one here. Make it straight and fold here underneath. All right, this is what you have now. And this is how we are going to glue it, right? This is how it's going to look like. And your card will be able to stand up by itself, okay? So first, you fold it in half, you open it, mountain side up, and you come here and fold here underneath. Very easy. So now if you want to glue it, you can do it and put your embellishments later on. That's totally fine. So I'm just going to make sure that if I fold it, it's not going to go outside. And if I need to trim it down, I can still do it because there's some thickness to it. So I think it's going to be just fine. I want to trim it, this piece here, just a little bit more, just to be sure that this part here, when I fold my card, it's not going to go over here on that side. I don't want it to look like this. And now I know it's perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put some glue on this part here. Right? And I'm going to put it there. That's fine. Try to make it straight. And here, you're not going to put your double-sided tape all the way long, only on this piece there. So I'm just kind of eyeballing it. See where I need to, as far as I can go. There it is. That's how I do it. If you want to measure it if you feel more comfortable. And now I'm going to make sure my card is completely flat. And there it is. And now when I shut it close, it's not going anywhere. I need to press this down a little bit more. There you go. Okay, and now if you want to embellish it, that's totally good. You can still put your paper. I'm going to put more holographic paper. You don't have to. Maybe, I'm just starting to think, maybe it's going to be too much and I could do something a little different. I'm supposed to have another one. Okay, so I'm back. It was just on my table in front of my eyes and of course I couldn't see it. So now I have a big problem. I don't know what to do because I think it's really nice this way, except that maybe my strip of paper is a bit too large. If I only put these babies on top of it, or maybe what I had in mind, like I did in my other cards, was to put other pieces here of this holographic paper and then put this on top. That's what I had in mind first, but now I think it's maybe too much, and I really think I'm gonna leave it as is. I can't really take it away because it's gonna mark my paper underneath because this is quite fragile on top of it. So you know what, I'm still gonna leave it as is. I think it's nicer that you have something kind of cutting a little bit this really bright stuff. So I'm going to cut it good, and I'm just going to use my double-sided tape here, but please give me your take on this. Do you like it black? Do you think if I put the holographic on it, it's going to be better? I don't know. It's maybe too much. Gosh. And in case I don't like it, I can always, it's easier for me to take these embellishments away. If I put another strip of paper on top, then taking this whole piece away. Is it centered? Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I think it's nice that way. And honestly, if you use your double-sided tape on this, it's going to be fine. I need to cut, there's a little something off there. But how quickly is this? I mean, very, very easy to do. And you can do a whole bunch at a time. That's usually what I do. If you want to sell your cards, make at least 3 at a time, even maybe 5, because it's going to go quicker. If you cut all your pieces first, and then you put them together. So it's not going to close here completely because I've got my 2 layers on top, but it's fine. It's still going to fit into an envelope. So there you go. How cute is this? I mean, it's very unusual. You may again not like these colors, or maybe you think it's too bright, but I really wanted to try and mixing something that is completely different, which means this image what looks like something a little bit old, and this one very modern. So I think the result is not too bad, and it would be also a great card for Christmas or New Year. Look how beautiful. I'm in love with this kind of paper. Please leave me your comments underneath. I hope the measurements were clear, otherwise I'll give it to you again. And give me some thumbs up because this helped my channel a lot. And also your comments, and I'll always come back to you if you just want to say hello. That's fine as well. I love that. And subscribe to this channel and hit the bell button, and also if you can, please share on social medias. Thank you very much. Have a great week. See you soon. Bye bye.